Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, or otherwise strange content. Oh boy, do we have something today. This video is part of a collaborative project with Anton Wong. You guys might remember him. We did that video a couple months back on teenagers from outer space. I'll link it if you want to watch it.
Hey guys, my name is Anton Wong. I make videos about video production and the digital media landscape. I'm really happy to be here and excited to get going.
He's covering the YouTube channel Brat TV, which I think most people, if you've been on YouTube as a viewer or anything for any amount of time, you probably know about. You probably heard about it. They basically make really low budget content aimed at like preteens, starring all of these big TikTok stars and Instagram influencers, and it's a great business model in theory to have all of these kids that are already insanely famous put them all into one show and then cross-promote that show on all their different platforms. You know, kids are already, interested in them, so on paper it sounds like a really good idea. In execution, oh boy, it's rough. It's really rough. And so when I say I'm about to watch the first entire season of Chicken Girls, yes, that is the name of the show, I do personally have some thoughts.
I do want to mention that before we start, this is all in good fun and we're not trying to put anyone down, and certainly not any of the kids. This is a show with, to be honest, a lot of flaws, and I'll actually interject with some suggestions for improvement. And having seen a short clip from season 7, it does seem like they do improve on a lot of these flaws. And you know what? Hey, that's great, because Parks and Rec didn't even get its footing until season 2, so yeah. Anyway, back to the video. This should be fun.
These episodes are only, they seem to only be like 10 or 12 minutes per episode, and so the entire first season, which Anton sent me, is about an hour and a half-ish, so it's basically like a movie length. I kind of wish I was drinking alcohol, but here we go. So we start off with this girl prancercising to school with her friend walking behind her.
You walk by my house on your way to school every day.
Yeah, but this year I'm on the swim team.
And I'm hopefully on the dance team.
Okay, the dialogue and exposition seems a little forced here. Could just be the delivery, or it could also be the writing itself. Either way, could use a little bit of work here, but anyway, moving on.
Her friend is wearing a Letterman jacket. I think all the boys at the school wear a Letterman jacket. I'm not even sure what grade they're supposed to be in because they're all very clearly different ages, so, you know.
The girls and I always walk together on the first day of school.
Yeah. Chicken Girls.
Right off the bat, she mentions that she and her friends call themselves the Chicken Girls. I'm still not 100% sure why. He takes a Polaroid picture of her because hipster kids, and then they keep walking. At school, her friends who are waiting for her are talking amongst themselves about sisters, ex-boyfriends, and cell phones.
When did you get a phone?
There's this new girl that the one girl knows from dance camp. This one girl, by the way, she's very aggressively happy about everything.
You're gonna love her.
It almost sounds like a threat, like you better love her or we're gonna have beef after this.
There's only 3 spots on the dance team this year. Me, Ellie, and Rhyme. Yeah, I heard all about the Chicken Girls. There's my sis. Who's the girl in the hoodie?
Aren't these two girls, aren't there two girls wearing hoodies?
Birdie. She's my sister's best friend and captain of the dance team and the coolest girl at Attaway.
Okay, Quinn seems to be telling Kayla a lot after just being cold to her like a few seconds ago, so I don't know what's up with that. Hot and cold, right?
The one girl gives up on waiting for their friend, and then the soccer team walks by with this guy who like dated someone's sister but now doesn't, and this other girl has a crush on him.
This dude just leaves him hanging, not even an official bro. Like, I officially dislike this guy.
OMG. That Henry? Our moms are friends. We used to take baths together.
Baths? Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Sup?
Sup. Here is Kayla's snap code.
Isn't it funny how Snapchat's already kind of irrelevant? Like, this was 3 years ago. And Snapchat hasn't really been like a cool thing for at least a year. More than that, right? Like, yeesh. That's something that I noticed about these shows that are trying really hard to be like hip with the kids. They date themselves so easily because like half of everything they say or do or anything is just like popular in that one moment, and it's not popular even just a couple years later. It's pretty funny.
What's it with little sis being around all the time anyway?
Are you talking about me?
She's right there, you guys. She can hear you.
Whatever. Let's just go find homeroom.
Go find homeroom. Have you not, like, don't you get, like, shown around and told where your classes are? Like, but you don't have to, like, scout it out on the first day, right? I mean, I was homeschooled. I never went to, like, public school or anything, but, you know, surely that's a thing that I've heard about.
What are you even listening to anyways?
This is the song we listened to when we were younger.
Does anybody listen to music like that? Does anybody put headphones around their neck and just blast it so loud that you can hear it coming from the headphones? No one does that, right? Also, I like that it's very clear that they're just kind of, you know, a few yards down the same road from where they were when we last saw them, but it's like an hour later and they still haven't gotten to school. It's like, what's going on, you guys? All the other girls were going to homeroom, so like, are you just super late on the first day?
One day in the school year and you're already choosing boyfriends over best friends.
He's just my friend.
They have some more like middle school chit chat about like, you like that boy. Ew, no I don't. She does, but you know.
Then maybe we could set him up with Kayla.
Who's Kayla?
Ellie's cool new friend from dance camp.
Okay, the editing just seems a little bit slow here. I think that if the cuts would be better if the reactions were closer together. Right now it just seems like they're waiting to say their lines instead of reacting to the other person. This could be the case with the editing, or it could be the case with actually what's going on set. Either way, just know that, I'm going to talk about this later in the video, but know that bad editing can ruin even the best script and the best performances.
Next we see dance tryouts.
Okay, so both Quinn and Rhyme weren't sure of Kayla, and then suddenly they're dancing with her in the next episode. I feel like they should kind of address how they got from A to B. You know, if you introduce the characters' attitudes and intentions as one way, you kind of need to show how and why they changed their mind, because otherwise the character motivations would be kind of all over the place. So they seem to have a lot of cuts in this dance also. I understand that they want to show reactions from other people, but they don't leave a single dance shot for more than 2 seconds. Like, it's not even that the dancers themselves can't perform, because these kids, they seem like pretty adequate and pretty talented at dancing. And they do show scenes later on in the show where they show more of the choreography. And I'm sure that their main demographic of dance kids will want to learn some of the choreography, at least some of the sequences of the dance choreographies that they can, you know, dance out with their friends and stuff like that. So I feel like they're missing out on an opportunity here.
The team captains need to speak. What'd you think of my sister?
I barely even noticed her. She's never been as good as that Ellie girl.
Come on, we need her on the team.
That Kayla girl's the one that got moves.
I don't know why it bothers me that they talk about them like that. Like, they always say, like, that girl Kayla, that girl whatever her name is.
Okay, everyone, line up.
Okay, were they like the only ones lining up? Like, what happened to the other people who tried out? I thought there were other people, and I thought there were other people in the frame, but it seems like they're the only ones here.
When the judges finally make their decision, everybody makes the team except for this girl, the girl that we saw at the very beginning. By the way, I'm not gonna remember any of their names, just off the bat, sorry. I'm bad with names anyway, but like, this show is just all Caucasian teenagers and they all look the same and I can't tell them apart. I'm so sorry.
Okay, something about the silence in the shot is a bit off, and like not in a good way. I suppose that they could be seeming like Rhyme is feeling so numb that everything is silent, but I do wish that they showed her face for that. And then they come in with like a fade in, like the volume fade into regular volume with the sound of opening the door. It just, I don't know, it doesn't feel as much of like an impact. In film, there's something called diegetic sound and non-diegetic sound. Diegetic sound is the stuff that happens within the world of the story that the characters are supposed to hear. So examples would be dialogue or sound effects like footsteps or, you know, music playing on screen. Basically anything that they can hear is diegetic sound. Non-diegetic sound is the stuff that they're not supposed to hear, so things like voiceover narration, background soundtracks, and sound effects for comedic purposes like a record scratch or something like that. And I feel like they could have done more to add weight to this. Like, one thing they could have done is like muffle the sound to everything, or like have a ringing noise and have things be silent before like bringing us into the emotion of Rhyme's disappointment. So, like really, muffling everything before she hears the voice of Tim. So like something like this.
Hey, I think this is yours.
Anyway, back to the episode.
Dejected, she goes outside of the gym and meets this kid. They have a kind of awkward conversation, but that's kind of par for the course.
Breaking news. 4 friends try out and 3 make the team.
I thought you did pretty good out there.
Her childhood friend is so threatened by the fact that she's met another male person that he seems to forget what words mean all of a sudden.
I just met him. He was pretty cool.
What do you mean cool?
I don't know, nice.
What do you mean nice?
Since when do you have a problem with rudimentary words?
What do you mean rudimentary?
TK.
Now we're at the arcade where the kids spend a lot of their time.
Do you think your friends are cool with me hanging out with you?
Oh yeah, of course. I will say that it sucks Rhyme's not on the team with us though.
Is it cool that I'm hanging out with you guys? Yeah, totally. But we're all pissed at you for taking the spot of our friend, though.
Okay, I got dibs on Henry. Now we need to find someone for you.
Oh yeah, for the first at least half of this season, this girl's only personality trait is that she's really got a thing for this guy, Henry.
TK and Rhyme hung out all summer while we were at camp.
Oh, are you guys, like, together?
Never really thought of her that way. One time she spilled ice cream in her hair and then the bee swarmed her. And she jumped in the pool with all her clothes on.
That's, very specific.
You've never thought about it that way, huh? Jesus. So the girl that likes Henry gets up very, conspicuously to go talk to him.
I think I'm gonna go play that game over there, the one where the hero does the fighting and the pow.
The one that Henry's playing?
Oh, is he?
Nice. No one caught on. And then just randomly over the din, over the commotion and the sound of the arcade,
No way. Do you hear that?
their specific song that they love to dance to together comes on, and they just get up and dance in front of everybody.
Listen up now, listen to me. My girls and my family.
I don't know any middle schoolers that would just start randomly dancing in front of all of their peers. When I was in middle school, I was like, damn, I hope I'm not breathing too loud. Somebody might look at me.
Like a boomerang, we fly so.
I'm already a little bit weirded out that the main romance, is between literal children. Like, sure, I had crushes around that age, but I'm also like your decrepit old aunt on the internet in internet years, and so I'm just like, you guys are too young for that.
He's the hottest guy in school. Probably even the hottest guy in town. Maybe even the hottest guy in the universe.
Jeez, okay, chill, don't yell at me. Next, we have these two girls who are standing in front of lockers that don't have locks on them,
Yeah, you still gonna make it to dance practice?
Yeah, totally. I'll just come after.
talking. A lot of this show is just people talking to each other.
Are you guys fighting in front of my locker?
We aren't fighting.
We're having an adult conversation?
Can you guys be adults somewhere else? I need to get my chemistry book.
That's my favorite character in the entire show.
Jelly bean?
Only if it's a normal flavor.
He hands this girl a vomit-flavored jelly bean and then walks off with his locker door just wide open.
Classic.
Next, the guy that the main girl met the day before that threatens her childhood friend that has a crush on her asks the friend to ask her if she's into him. I know, it's confusing middle school stuff. Anyway,
She already said you're rudimentary? Harsh.
he more or less tells him that she hates him, which is not cool.
I'm definitely gonna ask her out. Totally. Wait, what? What? What?
So I feel like Hayden Summerall, who plays TK, needs to commit more to his role. I get that his character seems to be like this laid-back kind of guy, but I feel like he should react more and commit more to the reaction of being the jealous boy type.
Do either of you have a tampon? Let me check. I'm having the worst period ever.
People with uteruses out there watching, you'll have to back me up on this one because I feel like that's not like none of this dialogue is normal. It feels like 85-year-old people who have never known a teenager in their entire life wrote this. But like just the way she says,
Having the worst period ever.
I've never said those specific words. Ever. Somebody else will have to tell me if that's just me. The next day, the girl that got the vomit-flavored jelly bean gets back at the jelly bean kid by telling him that she made gluten-free, dairy-free cupcakes to be sensitive towards his allergies. And, surprise, they have gluten and dairy in them. She just messed him up. Oh, thank God, I thought my microphone wasn't on for a second. Anyway.
Birdie and my sister actually taught all the girls on the dance team how to use tampons.
I mean, I guess this is a good thing because it teaches young girls who are watching this not to be ashamed of their tampons, but, like, do the writers think that all girls do are just talk about tampons and boys? That's all they do in this show.
What are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing here?
I know Drew covered this specifically in his video, but I have to touch on it because it's just so weird. This girl goes into the boys' locker room because according to the boy and her,
Are you here to do the makeout?
they're there to do the makeout together.
If you want to do the makeout.
And that's not even like, they say that multiple times in the show. Do the makeout. No one talks like that. And then in the middle of it, this poor kid comes in and throws up violently because he's just been low-key poisoned. And it's left him with some very confusing feelings for the person that tried to kill him.
Rooney Forster pranked me. I hate Rooney Forster. Wait, am I in love with Rooney Forster?
I don't think giving somebody something that they're massively allergic to is a prank. That's like an assassination attempt. These two boys who have a rivalry because they like the same girl now are going to a swim meet where they are the only two humans participating, apparently.
Okay, so I'm not a swimmer, but aren't there supposed to be lane dividers? Like, I'm not trained or anything, but I'm pretty sure even Olympic swimmers, like, they need lane dividers in their peripheral visions. They can keep them on track so they can know which way is their lane and they don't bump into each other.
He breaks down and tells his friend that he has a crush on, that this other guy likes her.
And I also wanted to apologize for telling Tim Sharp that you thought he was rudimentary.
And then he's like, I have to tell you something. And she's like, what? And then it cuts to this whole other scene where these other girls are talking about kicking somebody off of the dance team. It's not really that important. And then it cuts to this other scene where this girl is obsessed with the chips that the boy that she just made out with in the bathroom likes.
They smell like some salt and vinegar chips.
That's because I had like 7 bags.
I mean, I eat them all the time. They're my thing. Take a snap of me eating them.
We need to cool it on the chips.
There's something I have to tell you.
Why do they need a musical transition? Isn't it like the same location and time? Music transitions are good when setting up a new scene, but I don't know, whatever.
And then it cuts back to them again, and he's about to finally try to tell her that he likes her. And it's really funny because the way that it's edited, I just like to think that for like 20 solid minutes, she was just like, what is it that you need to tell me? And he just was like, I'm gonna sit here and make a poster in silence now. But it doesn't matter because he doesn't get a chance to say what he wants to say because they get interrupted to be told that there is now a spot open on the dance team, and so she is allowed to join the dance team that she missed out on tryouts for. And then we see this character get out a dance team hoodie and like throw it to the camera, I guess to signify giving it to the girl as she joins the team. But all it makes me think of, the way that she just kind of throws it over the camera, is those like intelligence tests that you're supposed to do with your pets where you throw a blanket over them and see how fast they can wriggle out of it. And that's supposed to tell you how smart they are. I feel like somebody just did that to me. I feel a little bit affronted by that. They argue about boyfriends.
Ellie, you can't date my sister's ex-boyfriend.
Why not?
This girl says that she's dating this kid. They're not, and then that really doesn't come up ever again. But because now the childhood friend girl is jealous, she goes and asks out Tim, what's his name?
TK told me that he told you that I wouldn't want to be asked out by you, but that's not true at all.
I don't know. It's so weird how like so little happens in the show, but still it's like so bizarre that I'm trying to hit all my points before my battery runs out, and it's proving to be more difficult than I thought it would be.
I'd love to be asked out.
So, should I ask you out sometime?
How about right now?
You can ask me out. You want me to ask you out? Yeah, ask me out right now. And then that girl finds out she got kicked off the team, and she's pissed because she showed up to the actual dance-off thing without knowing that she wasn't on the team anymore, which raises so many different questions. How did she not know? She didn't even go to practice.
Was that what you had to tell me? That you've somehow been dating Quinn this whole time and I didn't even know about it?
These two have another tense conversation, and then TK, the boy, he imagines the way he wanted things to go, where instead of fighting, he would grab her hand randomly and lean towards her a little bit. Now it's apparently Halloween time, and these girls are just randomly dancing in the middle of the street, and everybody is watching them. TK is just kind of like, whoop, staring at them from his front door. Come on, kid, you're gonna let all the bought air out like that. Oh my god, I sound like my dad when I say that. But still, you are gonna let all the bought air out.
OMG, a dance workout schedule.
And this is the team you need to beat.
Power Surge.
We learn about this rival team called Power Surge. It just made me think of Powerline from a Goofy movie. Such a fond memory to be tangled up in this whole mess. They talk about this costume party that they're all going to, and this girl just randomly starts singing that song from Grease.
Summer dreams ripped at the sea.
She randomly just starts singing a lot.
Actually, me and Ellie are going to dress up as Netflix and chill. I'm Netflix and she's chill.
They are too young to be dressing up as Netflix and chill. You know what Netflix and chill means? Or am I just so old that it doesn't mean what I think it means anymore because I'm just like so out of touch? Now we get a establishing shot of a pool with no one there. Oh, nope, my bad. There's lots of people there.
Flash! TK.
You already know each other?
Sure do. TK's my oldest friend. I thought you moved to Michigan.
Hey, dude, it's my oldest friend. My closest buddy. I didn't know you lived here. And then their coach, teacher, whoever he is, says this.
Great, my work's done. I'll be in the supply closet if you need me.
Which is just super random. And then they start talking about D&D.
Now we can finally finish our D&D campaign. Where did we leave off? Caves of More Doom?
Dude, you moved away in the middle of a D&D campaign? Not cool. Oh my god, as I said that, my friend who's making custom dice for me just texted me a picture of the dice. She's texting me right now. That is super weird.
Who's this nerd?
And I'm such a nerd and proud.
So, are we still going to Ace's party together?
I guess, that's chill.
Jerk boyfriend is jerk boyfriend, and then they go to a party, a Halloween party.
You know, they say acting is reacting, and like I mentioned before, I do wish that the characters reacted more when they were speaking, when they weren't speaking, though they could just be using this to cover up, you know, using close-ups to cover up mistakes when they didn't have time to do multiple takes or anything, but I don't know.
Step 1. Scope out the snacks.
Whoa, whoa.
I said scope out the snacks, not scarf them down.
But that's what snacks are for.
Rookie.
You're a terrible friend. Who just watches their friend fall over and is like, psh, dumbass.
Aw, you dressed as Pepper.
I knew you'd be too salty without me.
I tried to replace you. It just wasn't the same.
I missed you.
Okay, Rooney is very chill of hearing her supposed best friend trying to replace her. Yeah, I don't know.
This girl is sad in a bedroom, and then this other girl comes in and talks about how she's also sad, and then she starts singing again.
Listen up, yeah, listen to me. My girl's my family.
After having a heart-to-heart with her much younger sister who also goes to school with them, because what is age anyway?
Feeling blue?
Okay, they should make that dialogue louder. I don't know what's up with that. Also, the performance of the little sister is actually really good for her age. I think she's like 6 years old or something, 5 years old at this time. The subtleties in the way she looks at her sister, like kind of like, what's her problem? But, you know, just kind of keeping it aside and keeping it very subtle. Like, big props to her. Also, I should note that she's played by Haley LeBlanc, who is the sister of Jules LeBlanc, who plays Rhyme in the scene, like they're actual sisters. And she actually ends up playing a larger role in the later seasons. Actually, a lot of these characters are related. So Birdie and Quinn, the mean girl, and one of the other chicken girls, they're actually sisters. And Kayla and Tim Sharp, they're actually, you know, siblings in real life, but, you know, they play cousins on the show, apparently. So, I don't know.
Maybe I should just retire to the shelf like one of my old toys.
Dude, that makes me think of Wheezy from Toy Story 2. God bless Wheezy. This guy's talking to these girls who are twins.
Can you really not tell us apart?
Honestly, not really.
I can't tell you apart, dude. I'm sorry.
I think Lainey's into you.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not sure which one is Lainey.
Bro, you're like 3 feet from her. You're still within earshot. What are you doing?
Still into her?
No, I'm not. I mean,
Don't show it, bro. Act cool, blow her off. Girls love that.
We don't. We don't like that. To all the guys out there, don't do that.
See you later.
His legs are just suddenly dry after leaving the pool.
yeah, well, be chill.
Be chill. I'm chill. You're the one who's not acting chill.
Who wrote this? Someone sat down and wrote this. Probably a room of people sat down and wrote this. Be chill. Be chill? I'm chill. And then submitted that. And then some producer looked at this and said, yes, I will pay money to make this happen.
I'm always chill.
This girl's texting on her friend's phone because she doesn't have her own phone, and she sees that she's texting her boyfriend behind her back. And then she very dramatically rips her sweater on her locker. Is the locker made of razor blades? You know how I'm always talking about like the extras and stuff, and I'm always giving a shout out to them because I used to be an extra and you know, they don't get enough respect. This is a good example of that because there is a severe lack of extras and it's just weird. It just feels like they're in this like ghost town school. This girl who is sad about her boyfriend maybe cheating on her meets a British guitarist just in time.
That's okay. I was just leaving.
Fine. Have your way.
The serendipity. And then
I used to hold you.
Oh damn, that was unexpected. It's a musical. What? I actually kind of wish they just made the show a straight up musical. It would make a lot of the exposition and dialogue a lot more entertaining.
And then she just starts singing this whole musical number with musical accompaniment that isn't there.
But you let me down. Now I won't be scarred.
Complete with flashbacks of stuff we've just seen. What's going on? This guy's just like, yeah, dump your boyfriend. Because he likes her, he wants to date her. Teenagers, am I right?
Wait, so, like, he heard her singing all that? These musical rules are, like, very inconsistent.
Your hoodie's ripped. Take mine.
He gives her his hoodie.
Bruh, that was your first instinct? To smell?
Seen it.
Oh.
Seen it. Seen it 4 times.
Well, that sucks.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but I have.
Ah, never mind.
Hey.
Who just walks into somebody's house without knocking or anything? Just barges in. Who does that?
Good to see you too, Birdie.
This is like the mean girl rival from the other dance troupe coming to tell her that one of their dancers has switched allegiances and is leaving them for her dance troupe.
Good to see you too, Birdie.
So all the kids are white kids except for the mean girl. That's the only girl who is a person of color. Okay.
So was that hoodie just lying there the whole time? They had no idea that someone put a rival dance team hoodie in the room, like next to them, before they entered?
Why aren't you talking to me?
Why don't you ask Henry?
What are you talking about?
You heard me.
I like how she just leaves. Does anybody actually go to dance practice in the show about dancing?
Birds, what are you doing here?
Rooney's hanging out with Hamilton, and she wanted me to third wheel.
Nobody wants somebody to third wheel.
Because you're turning him into a girl-obsessed jerk like you.
Dang, shots fired.
Shots fired. I feel like the writers just kind of Googled, like, things that kids say and then tried to shoehorn them all into their script. These two are on a date.
I just remembered my mom is here to pick me up.
But then they're not. See, why did they add a sound effect of him just biting into pizza? We didn't need to hear that.
You're really just upset because Rooney's little sister, a day one buddy, left you for the rival dance team.
Still my favorite character.
So, what do you like to do for fun?
You know, stuff.
Good job on the conversation front, guys.
Tim Sharp? Hope you got home safe. You think we can try that again sometime?
Aw, poor Tim Sharp. He's being played like a fiddle.
And then this girl just starts singing a song, like a full-on musical song.
Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe from my other house. Maybe you'll be yours a photograph.
This girl's like 10 years old singing about finding her other half. When I was 10 years old, the only other half of anything I was looking for was like my other half of my PB&J. Other half. She's like, no, I'm looking for my other half of my soul, my soulmate. It's never too early to find him. Henry gets sent to voicemail by 2 different girls at once. Ouch.
And we have to show Power Surge what they're up against.
And what is that exactly?
Okay, were they just there like the whole time? Did no one hear them walk into this room and then take this formation?
We just need to focus on doing our best tomorrow night.
Exactly. What else can we do?
Okay, so in this section, like what's up with the difference in audio levels? Why are some of the girls quieter than others? It's kind of noticeable and pretty distracting. Like sometimes you can change people's audio levels to like change a difference in power struggle, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
What else is happening? British guitarist guy wants the girl, the one that was singing in the hallway, to be the lead singer for their band. And he's just like, hey friends, I like this girl. Can we make her the lead singer of our band, please? Ooh, he has a fidget spinner, you guys. Remember when those were cool? I'm actually sad they weren't. As somebody with ADHD, I love fidget toys and things like that. And like the split second where that was popular and like cool to carry around all the time was like the best for me.
Wait, who's gonna run rehearsal?
Hey, I've been thinking and I kind of want to run dance rehearsals tomorrow.
And then these girls are like, we need someone to run dance rehearsals. And then that just like manifests TK out of nowhere. And he's just like, I want to run dance rehearsals. And they're like, wow, that was easy. Thanks, dance rehearsal Beetlejuice.
Whoa, okay, what happened with the compression there? Did something go wrong? Did something happen in the export that nobody caught? Like, I mean, it's happened to me before, so, you know, I totally understand, but...
And then this girl steals a flyer from her friend and takes it. There's a lot of, like, friends stealing things from each other and also not telling each other anything. Like, when I was in middle school, all we did was talk to each other. You couldn't go anywhere else. It's not like you had a car. You couldn't drive. You couldn't go anywhere or do anything. Why aren't you guys talking to each other?
Quinn, go get us waters.
I'm not taking orders from you. That's how it was with Birdie. She was always such a dictator.
Yeah, she was such a dictator. Gotta keep this family friendly. It's a kid's show.
Was I really that bad?
Okay, how can they not see or hear these girls? They're being quite loud and it's like they're not even whispering, so...
Anyway, singer girl leaves dance rehearsals like everybody in the show about dancing does.
Get lost!
To go downtown to participate in a singing competition. And the other girls know because this girl stole the flyer from her.
What are you gonna sing?
Oh, I don't know if I'm actually gonna sing in front of anyone.
So wait, you blew off rehearsals to a very important thing that you already had a commitment to. You got dressed up, you did your hair, and you came all the way down here and you're not even sure if you're gonna sing? What?
Where's Ellie? You sent her away from rehearsal? Well, I changed my mind. Get her here now.
This girl's having like a dance mom's freak out backstage, and then they have to go up and perform, and it doesn't go so well.
Okay, why was that the only true wide shot that they could cut to? They did some like semi-wide shots, but like they didn't have all 6 dancers fully in the shot. I know you can't really compare this to like the Step Up movies, but like why not include some more wide shots? And I mentioned this a lot because I actually used to do video capture for dance competitions, and while I was instructed to keep all the dancers in frame for the, you know, the dancers' own review purposes, I still think it would have been like good if they had included some, at least some wide shots with all of the dancers in frame, because like I said, I can almost guarantee that the kids who watch this show, they want to learn the choreography with their friends and all that.
Because first of all, the rival team does a great job, and then when they get up to do their dance, they're literally doing the same song and everything. What?
You call yourselves the Chicken Girls? More like a bunch of headless chickens.
And they don't do well because nobody's showed up to rehearsal.
Why didn't you tell us we were stealing their moves?
Because I wanted to win.
Well, how did that work out for you?
Hey, little bro.
Okay, where's the driver? Is this one of those like self-driving cars?
And then the little girl, the main girl, I guess, she shows up to convince this other girl to go through with singing, and so she does. It has very, like, Camp Rock vibes in this scene. I just keep talking about Camp Rock. I guess I just want to talk about Camp Rock.
As you've broken me a million pieces around my feet.
Okay, their singing voices are great. I don't know why they don't just make this show a musical, because it would really work to the strength of the actors and the performers. Also, like, you can make money from the song recordings and do tours, and it's like, think of all the monetization opportunities.
Awkward.
See, why is the little sister at school? Is there just... grades aren't a thing in this universe. Grades don't exist. Everybody's just in one grade until they graduate. Or make the dance team. I don't know. Maybe you don't even graduate. Maybe you just have to make a dance team in this universe, and then you get to leave school forever.
You deserve someone there rooting for you. Always.
Well, maybe I was there rooting for myself.
Yeah, you go, Rhyme. You tell him, girl.
Hey. Why do people do that? I hate when people do that. It's so terrifying.
You want to watch a movie tonight? I downloaded Say Anything. John Cusack. It's a classic.
I hate that he just said, I downloaded Say Anything. It's a classic. Is that where we're at now? Are kids looking at Say Anything as like a retro movie? Jesus.
Say what?
No, Say Anything.
Hey, Rooney, we need you in the library, like now.
Okay, one thing I actually do like here that they did, that they didn't do in other scenes, was they used more J-cuts and L-cuts in the scene. And if you're wondering what those are, a J-cut is something that describes a cut where the next shot's audio starts before the video.
I'm sorry, we're working late on a big story for the paper.
No worries.
And it's called the J-cut because of the shape in like an editing timeline. And the L-cut is just like the reverse of that. So they're very common in dialogue scenes where it kind of mimics a viewer turning their head to see one person speaking before seeing the other person speaking, since, you know, we're usually used to turning our heads after hearing the next person speak. And so the J-cut can kind of feel more natural, as if we're listening to the conversation. And L-cuts really help when we want to see the reaction of someone before we hear the response, before they say something. So they do that in this scene, whereas in another episode, they just cut the audio in the picture in the same frame. And that's kind of okay in some scenarios, and it is faster to do in editing, in post-production, but adding those J-cuts and L-cuts would really help smooth the scene better.
Figure something out.
I think your blood sugar's low.
These girls are all being screamy and passive-aggressive with each other. This girl finds out that she's not talking to her friend because her friend thinks that she's seeing her boyfriend behind her back.
Before you go, let's take a pic real quick. Hashtag drama.
Why?
For the gram.
Which apparently they're not, but like he's into her. But like, it's just a bunch of drama. I don't know. It's just, if they just talk to each other just once in a while, none of this would be a problem.
Dude, the date with the twins.
TK, you can't. It's Star Wars Friday. We've been planning this all week.
And then these guys just decide to ditch their double dates for Star Wars.
I guess we can do the arcade with the twins another night. It's Star Wars tonight.
Can you imagine how upset you'd be if you had a date and you got stood up because they were like, at the last second, they were like, oh, hey babe, yeah, no, I can't go out tonight. Oh, I know we had plans. No, I'm gonna watch Star Wars with the boys. I mean, it's great that you're hanging out with the boys, but dang, that's harsh.
So when I gave you my hoodie, I thought maybe I'd get it back.
And this guy never got his hoodie back, and he's like, can I have my hoodie back, please? And she's like, no. And he's like, okay.
And I'm just not ready to part with it yet.
Well, it looks better on you anyway.
And then the friend tells the other friend, hey, it's not what you think, me talking to your boyfriend behind your back. But she doesn't, like, clarify, so I'm starting to think it is exactly what she thinks.
I'm not even the one who's been texting Henry.
Then who is?
But then Henry's also trying to date this other girl on the side. It's just, cool it, Henry. Calm down, Henry.
A few weeks ago, Kayla saw Henry and Rooney kissing after school. We were too scared to tell Ellie.
Wow, that's juicy gossip.
That's a terrible friend move. If you see your friend's boyfriend kissing somebody else, you tell them immediately. Also, I don't like that a 7-year-old just said juicy gossip. And then my very favorite character is back playing ukulele outside this other girl's window.
2,000 churches, your eyes.
Adorable.
Looks like we're tied.
Oh my god, I remember playing skee-ball in middle school about that age, and like you win like a big bundle of tickets and you just feel like a 1%er. Like you feel richer than you will ever feel again in your entire life, probably.
The shortest distance between 2 points is a line. And if you bike west on State Street for 1 mile, you could probably still catch Birdie at dance practice.
Oh,
Really? You wouldn't mind?
I'd be mad if you didn't.
good boyfriend points.
Plus, your parents don't even let us close the door anyways.
Smart parents. And then their other friend, Birdie, who's just super depressed about dance, just completely holed up in her house, binging on junk food. And they have to go get her and do like this like mini reverse intervention where they all tell her like, no, you're great, please dance with us.
Are there any chocolate donuts in there?
Yeah, but it works, so that's good.
What about you? Do you like having me in the band?
I do, just except for one thing.
Oh, don't say it. No, please don't say it. Please, please, please.
I have a rule against dating people I sing with.
Ah!
Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe found my other half.
And then this girl starts singing the exact same song to the exact same little sister again. I actually, when I saw this, I thought for 1 second that I accidentally like rewound my way back through and I had to like check and make sure I hadn't. I don't know why this scene is in here twice. Meanwhile, they're trying to figure out a way for the girl who sings to also be able to be at the dance at the exact same time as her concert, which is going to be a problem.
What if we found someone that looks just like you to sing at the concert?
But nobody looks just like her.
Gross.
I may have a suggestion.
Would have been nice if you had brought that up before, sir.
Now that you're moving on from Chicken Girls,
What are you talking about?
Why do they call themselves the Chicken Girls? I'm still confused. Like, I've watched this twice and they gave an explanation, but I'm still confused.
I found this a few weeks ago. TK dropped it.
And now that they're friends again, she's just like, oh, I found this a few weeks ago. That guy that you're super upset about? Yeah, he's liked you this whole time. Thanks, friend. Oh, it's the empty pool again.
So Sierra and Lainey's parents are going out of town this weekend.
Oh, never mind, there's people there again.
You know what? You guys can go on your wild goose chases.
Don't you mean wild chicken chases? I'm sorry.
You don't know, Luna. If I quit Power Surge, she'll kill me. Maybe literally.
Jesus, not literally. She's not gonna kill you literally.
Can I join you?
Okay, did they just cut to a different part of the arcade? Like, that bike racing game was not there in the previous shot, so I don't know.
Oh, and while the rival dance team is trying to practice and they're all, like, intense about it, the lights just go off, and they're like, what's going on? And then the other team, the main girls, they just, like, sneak up behind them and are like, hello, adversaries. It's so weird.
Luna, I quit.
Ooh, and she's switching back to be on the Chicken Girls team. Why did this chicken stand in the middle of the road? So you never know which side she's on. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna finish this.
The other night, I tried to kiss Rhyme, and she spit soda, like, all over my face.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. They were on a date, and the girl just, they went to kiss, and the girl just spit soda all over him.
Hey, cousin.
Hey, Tim.
Also, who talks to their cousin like that? I've never addressed my cousins. Hi, cousin. If any of my cousins are watching this video. Hi, cousin. Wouldn't it be weird if we talked to each other like that? But now it's Christmas time, and it is time for the big dance-off.
Just came to give you these, and to wish you good luck.
Aw, see, that's cute, but it's also funny because, like, this kid's, like, 13. He can't drive, so all I'm picturing is just him being like, Mom, can you take me to the grocery store? I have to buy flowers for this girl. And I also need you to take me to her dance-off thing. Like, we were all there at one point, but it is funny. It's just funny.
Hey, Ace.
Going to support your boyfriend at the dance meet?
Casual homophobia.
Well, if you mean being supportive of TK, then yes, I'm going to the auditorium.
He doesn't take his shit. Good for him. They fight. It doesn't matter, like most things that have happened so far. And then Henry, who's like trying to date 3 different girls at once, breaks her up from her sweet yet dorky boyfriend.
Why are you holding hands with my girl?
I'm nobody's girl.
Yo, remember when you were supposed to go to the arcade with her? Well, she was with me instead.
Wait, Rooney, is this true?
Just to ask her out again.
I'm never being with you.
Aren't you gonna go after him?
And then makes fun of her for not going after the boyfriend when she says no. With the audacity, the actual audacity.
Ellie needs to be here.
The singer girl is late and they're all freaking out.
Move it. I'm carrying a whole drum set.
She's yelling at her bandmates to get her there faster. Not cool or productive. TK jumps in to save the day by saying that he loves his friend and then goes out and dances weirdly in a chicken suit that was just lying around.
Where did he get a chicken costume?
That's what I'm wondering. We're all wondering that. And he stalls for enough time for the girl with her band to get there so that they can perform their concert at the dance, and so she can do both things at the same time. Okay, that works, I guess.
I'm pretty sure the mic is facing the wrong direction. It looks like the Shure Super 55 in this shot. It's like a super cardioid mic, and those work best when the sound source is directed at the side with the on-off switch, like, so she's holding it backwards. So I think, yeah, she gotta turn it around, the microphone around to actually be heard properly. Also, they have an acoustic drum set, but the recording is an electric drum kit sound, so I don't know. Okay, so this is supposed to be the finale, but why are they still not cutting to any wide shots?
It is kind of funny that this band is like, we do have this solid gig, but let's go play at like a middle school dance competition instead.
Okay, yeah, finale. Quick question. Why is the antagonist the only character of color? Are they like, I don't know the ethnicities of the other actors, but she seems like she might be the only character of color and she's the antagonist. I don't know what that means.
And so they all perform and it goes great and they win. Again, giving me very camp rock vibes. Everybody goes up onto the stage to dance with them. And then these two are talking and she's like, did you mean it when you said you loved me? And then he's about to tell her yes, and then their respective boyfriend and girlfriend walk up and they're just like, oops, guess we can't love each other now. And then it ends. I guess that's supposed to be like the teaser to get me to come back and watch the second season.
So yeah, final thoughts. You know, I do kind of wish that the show, one thing I do wish of the show was that it had more of an eye-popping color palette. Everything kind of seems flat, like a flat tone. The color grading could have used with a little bit more saturation and contrast. Now, I actually have seen the first episode of season 7. Yes, they have 7 seasons and counting. And they do seem to address a lot of these issues that I brought up in season 1, which is good. You know, improvement is good. And the writing, while not great, feels a lot more thought out in the other season. They seem to have added more characters of color, which is good. And the production design, sound design, cinematography, they all improve. Also, the actors do get better at acting, so there's that, and you know, everything's improving. They actually also made a spin-off of this following Rooney, like the older sister, as she works as a newspaper photographer, like for the school newspaper. There's another show specifically about the Attaway High School newspaper, so I guess, I don't know, they're maybe going for like a Attaway cinematic universe. The spin-off with Rooney, by the way, is sponsored by Extra Gum. I'm not joking here. Some of the other seasons of Chicken Girls are too, and that's actually kind of this production company's business model is like doing branded content and product placement for their shows. So all in all, it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but you know, having seen a bit of season 7, it is nice to know that the show does get better in some respects, and none of the errors are any of the kids' faults. You know, the producers, they decided to cast people without much experience, and you know, while it was shot on a low budget, some areas could have been improved without really spending very much, or if even at all. And having seen this and also the beginning of season 7, I kind of want to watch the rest of the show. I'm actually kind of a sucker for when it comes to coming of age shows, and now I'm somehow interested in the lives of these characters. I think I need a new hobby. Anyway, thanks for having me on the show. Thanks for having me on the video, Avery. Yeah, bye guys.
That was the most time I've spent talking about the least amount of stuff actually happening. There's no plot to this show. None. Again, I'm sure there are some kids out there that really enjoy it. That's great. I'm glad. I could go into a deep dive about how I find it a little bit weird that the main business model is basically like, let's just dress up a bunch of really young kids to look way older than they are and then make a bunch of money off of them, but you know, that's a whole different discussion that could be had at a different time. I have been filming for almost 2 hours and I'm losing my voice. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this kind of thing? What do you guys think about Brat TV, Chicken Girls? Have you seen Attaway General? Have you seen any of the coverage of Attaway General or anything like that? Because people love to talk about this stuff because it's super weird. Yeah, I feel like I've fallen through a wormhole. A chicken wormhole. I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thank you, Anton, for letting me be a part of this collab project. Go check out Anton's video where he goes into the business side of Brat TV and this whole situation. I make an appearance over there. And subscribe to him, do all the things, you know what to do. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you guys do to support this channel means the world to me. You guys are awesome. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. I'm racing my battery before it runs out, and I am out of breath. Oh my god. Bye, guys.